Okay, really quick, I just want to say a little disclaimer. This is all unscripted. This is purely just raw, whatever I'm saying. And yeah, I mean, I had no time to write a script or record anything right now. So once again, I'm sorry. But yeah, we recently got a Nintendo Direct and many people have been going crazy, like both good and bad. The good is that we finally got a port to the Nintendo Switch, both 1 and 2, of Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is pretty much bundled up with Mario Galaxy 1. Now, if you actually own 3D All-Stars, you don't actually have to get the Galaxy 2 bundle with Galaxy 1, as you can get each game separately, both Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 for $40, which, to be honest, is kind of a little hefty price, considering these games are pretty old. Now, you guys can probably help me in the comments down below because I tried looking everywhere online to see how much both Galaxy 1 and 2 were priced back when they released on the Wii, and I'm guessing maybe like $25 to $30. I could be wrong, but even then, the game is literally 15 years old now. Galaxy 2 is 15 years old, which is crazy to think about. And yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that they were gonna port it to the Switch 2 and, Switch 1, I was extremely hyped. I was going crazy. I'm like, yo, we're finally gonna be able to get this on a handheld, which is pretty much a dream to many people. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm extremely hyped. Like, if I could, I would get the game, and if I wanted to, I would get the game. But obviously, there's other methods to play the game. If you own it on your Wii, I guess even Wii U, you can literally play it right there. And there's other, specific ways to play the game, if you know what I mean. And I'm pretty sure many of you guys are literally getting tired of so many people making the same video over and over again, and I don't blame you. I even get frustrated, like, buddy, I see my whole entire recommended page whenever Nintendo wants to release a new game at the price of like $70 to maybe even $80. It's kind of wild to think about because we're living in a whole world now where gaming is pretty much dying in a way because games are getting too expensive and not everyone can afford it anymore. But at the same time, we kind of have to accept that we can't really do anything about it because even if we riot or do whatever we want, yeah, buddy, these companies, they're still going to make money off many people because these people are going to buy these games. And, it's pretty much the nostalgic factor. Let's say Galaxy 2, buddy. Many people have been wanting to play this game on the Switch or modern consoles. So it only makes sense for them to go crazy with the money. And greed is also a huge factor for Nintendo. The pricing is outrageous when it comes to Nintendo, and they prove their point with Mario Kart World. $80 plus tax, maybe even up to like $90 here in the United States. And not to mention, they literally gave us a $90 tag for the Breath of the Wild thing and Tears of the Kingdom. I could be wrong about that, but for the upgrade packs or whatever, like brand new, which is insane, plus tax is almost damn near $100. Why? And if you go to like another country or area or whatever, like I know some people who live in Canada, they have to pay like $110 for these things, which is outrageous. That's crazy to think about. And many people were saying that like tariffs were the reason why the Switch 2 was like really expensive and the games as well. Now I have no idea, but if that was the case, wouldn't the Switch 2 have gone up in price? That's pretty much Nintendo's doing. That's not necessarily the tariffs, because if it was the tariffs, the Switch 2 would have been a lot more expensive than what it is right now. Right now, it's like $450 base console with the Mario Kart bundle. It's $500. So, I mean, it would be up to like $600 if it was included with the tariffs or whatever people were saying back then. And I know many people are going to be like, yo, Nintendo were always greedy. Yes, they've always been greedy. But at the same time, many people also loved the era where Reggie and Iwata were literally the ones who were in charge of Nintendo. That was probably Nintendo at its prime. Even though, the Wii U did fail, you kind of have to admit that era was something unique and special. Now, I might sound like a broken record, but if I'm not mistaken, I've heard that even Iwata and Reggie or whatever happened, they had to like lower their wages because they wanted to focus more on the gamers, perspective and not focus on the business aspect of the whole company. And even if you don't have that mentality or that specific mindset, buddy, if you're a gamer, you're gonna understand other gamers and you would have that love to like, I guess even children as well, because children are pretty much like the main demographic for Nintendo. You're gonna put more care into the children, into the gamers aspect, and to that mentality rather than the whole business aspect or the corporal side to all of these things, which, really sucks, but it is what it is. And this really saddens me because I literally like grew up playing Nintendo games. Like I had a Nintendo Wii, I had a 3DS, I had a Nintendo DS Lite with like so many Nintendo stuff in my room. I went crazy for like a good few years playing these things. Like I remember like back in 2010 or 2008 or something, that's when I got my Wii. I went crazy until like junior year of my high school. That is a pretty decently long time, and I still go back to it from time to time. Those were like the golden era. I don't know how to explain it, man. That was like the peak era of like Nintendo. The Wii was crazy. Listen, man, I love Nintendo. I still get hyped whenever they announce something, but the fact that we gotta pay so much money for a game and then possibly get added some sort of paid DLC, which to me is kind of like, really? You can't make it free? Maybe like even make it cheaper or something like that. Like don't make it like $50 for like one character. That's kind of absurd. But knowing Nintendo, they're probably gonna do that again. Even recently with the whole, Direct and everything, people were going crazy about Donkey Kong Bonanza. They announced DLC, but in my mind, I thought it was free. But no, it was actually like $20, which is insane for like one new area or something like that. Some little mini game type of thing. I don't have the game. You guys can correct me in the comments down below. But people were saying it was not worth the $20. It was more of a scam. Oh yeah, bro, I forgot about the Direct. I gotta get into that. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. The Direct was pretty... Many people did say it was goated. Many people said it was mid. And some people said it was just terrible. And to be honest, I thought it was goated, but then I changed my perspective on it and I said it was pretty mid. The only hype factors were Galaxy 2, Metroid Prime 4, I guess maybe even some Pokemon and Kirby Air Riders. Besides that, everything else was pretty, like, alright, these are just, third-party developers. Even then, the Mario stuff felt kind of, not as hype. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm extremely hype and excited for the Mario Galaxy stuff that's gonna come out next year. And, like, the movie, obviously. And then we have the game, which is literally coming to the Switch 1 and Switch 2. Which, don't get me wrong, that's extremely hype. And I'm not really a huge sports type of person, like Mario, like, type of, gameplay, like Mario Sports. I mean, if it was baseball, yeah, but I think everybody has been asking for that for the longest time. But tennis, buddy, didn't we just get a whole tennis game? Like Aces or whatever it's called? Bro, why are they making another one, man? I thought people... man, I don't know what's going on with Nintendo. I personally feel like the 35th anniversary was a little bit better compared to this one. I know many people have their disagreements and, other things, personal stuff against, 3D All-Stars. But I guess for someone that didn't play Mario 64 or Sunshine, it was pretty much hype for me. You guys can call me a fake fan or whatever you guys want to call me. It's all fine. I mean, this is just personal opinion and personal preference. We all have our own opinions. You guys can buy the games that you guys want. I can buy the games that I want. We can spend our money however we want. I'm just very disappointed in the way how Nintendo is handling, and their higher ups pretty much everything, with pricing and all of that type of stuff. But it's crazy how like this was once a cherished company by many people, family friendly, budget friendly company for many people, and now it's more like we're with the big dogs now, you know what I mean? So I don't know how to feel about this. Xbox is kind of dying, or it is dead pretty much. I don't know, and I've been an Xbox guy not my whole life, but like I started recently going into Xbox and I like it, and it's kind of fading away. Nintendo is going crazy with the prices. PlayStation is kind of in the middle. I don't know what's going on. So gaming as a whole is kind of dying, and it's sad to see this. And the sad part is it's only gonna get worse from here. Literally, it's only gonna get worse. Nothing's gonna get better. Maybe, who knows, one day everyone's gonna change and be like, all right, let's take it back. Let's bring back $50 games, $60 games, but 70 is the new norm. To be completely fair, everything changes in the world and everything's getting more expensive. But at the same time, I would love to see $50 or even $60 games. And to be fair, even Galaxy 1 and 2 remasters, they should not be costing $40. And of course, we have the big game coming out, maybe I guess even next year in 2026, GTA 6, and apparently they want to have the new standard price for gaming as $100, which it's too extreme. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. $100. I think if that gets implemented, yeah, I'm sorry, gaming is gonna be officially dead, because $100 for like every game, no, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much my take on today's video, man. I don't know how to feel about Nintendo and gaming nowadays. I feel like they kind of like hit this road where they're like, you know what, we're gonna stick with this one. If people like it, well, they're gonna have to like it. If not, we don't care. So I don't know how to feel about all this going on with Nintendo. And it really sucks because many people have been talking about this for the past couple months, ever since the Switch 2 was announced and the pricing and everything. But at this point, we just kind of have to accept it, and that pretty much sucks because, you know, us, the consumers, we want something that kind of is budget friendly, but that's not always going to be the case, you know, with these companies. So yeah, I just wanted to get like a little bit of a rant out there. This is just my personal opinion. You guys can hate me all you want. You guys can call me broke. You can call me poor. I don't really care, man. This is just my opinion, and I'm pretty sure many people feel the same way as well. Gaming just feels kind of dry and kind of dead in a way. But hey, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, that game, I'm probably gonna wait for a sale once again. $70 once again is pretty crazy for a racing game. I might get it, I might not. We'll see what happens on September 25th, but that game looks pretty hype. Like, it's kind of rare for me to actually go and be like really excited for a game, but you know, Sonic is a classic. I love my man as well, and I love Mario too, but it's crazy what they're doing with this guy. But yeah, let's see what else. Maybe Nintendo's hiding something, and I might actually spend $70 for like a Mario Maker 3 or Mario Galaxy 3 or like a new 3D Mario game. That's, at that point, it's worth it. But yeah, just wanted to let you know my feelings out. I just had this for like the past couple days ever since the Direct. It's kind of crazy. $70, bro, for a bundled up, you know, it's crazy because Mario Galaxy 1 did already come out with 3D All-Stars. But once again, if you want to, get it separately. But this is just my opinion. If you guys want to let me know anything in the comments down below, I greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and peace.